Thank you for viewing Adventures of Charlie and Lynn. This adventure is 2014 when we tent camped in Cades Cove, Tennessee. We really enjoy Cades Cove in the Smoky Mountains, Tennessee, where you can see wildlife in your campsite while you're driving your car or hiking one of the many trails. Whether it's a bear, a deer, or the many other wildlife you'll see in the area, it is never disappointing to visit Cades Cove, Smoky Mountain, Tennessee. It's a real treat to see more than one buck together when you're at Cades Cove. So Lynn and I packed up our town and country with all our camping equipment and headed off to Cades Cove, Tennessee to camp out in our tent. And we packed that minivan to the roof. Tent, sleeping bags, chairs, Coleman stove, lantern. We are looking forward to a great time tent camping at Cades Cove Campground. We have a 2-room tent, 10 by 15 feet. A nice sized tarp over the picnic table. Plenty of room for our camping equipment, our 2 cots, sleeping bags, and all our amenities. Our clothes were conveniently packed in our suitcases, and that all worked out very well. We set out our chairs, set up our picnic table, and got our meals ready to go. I was looking forward to cooking on my Coleman stove and sitting around the campfire that evening. The evening temperature is going to be 72 degrees, perfect weather for a campfire. The perfect morning begins with perked coffee, of course, and then the smell of frying bacon, some scrambled eggs, and some grits. A perfect breakfast for a 72-degree morning. Lynn and I have decided we will take the Abrams Falls trail to the Abrams Falls, 2.5 miles one way. The trail was a little rough, but very pretty. We crossed several creeks using these log bridges. Here we're passing through a cut in the ridge at the mountaintop. After crossing over the ridge, when we got down to the base of this mountain, that was where we were at Abrams Falls. The beauty of the falls is well worth the hike. We had not brought our swimsuits, so we were not prepared to swim in the water. But those that were in the water, it was quite evident that the water was very chilly. We took our time walking back to the car and made mention to each other that this would be a trip we'd like to do with our family. The next part of our adventure was going to Mount Mitchell State Park. It's an easy drive to Mount Mitchell, and we added that to our adventure while we were here at Cades Cove. I am a Florida licensed land surveyor, so I am always looking for survey monuments when we're on one of our adventures. Mount Mitchell was done. We'd visited Gatlinburg. We'd been to Klingman's Dome. Now off to Cherokee we went to drive the Blue Ridge Parkway. Driving the Blue Ridge Parkway is absolutely spectacular. I enjoy driving through the tunnels and seeing the waterfalls from the roadway or from one of the many overlooks. I enjoy pulling out on the overlooks, looking down in the valleys or up to the top of the mountains that surround us. Driving the Blue Ridge Parkway is a must-do if you're anywhere in the Blue Ridge Parkway area. You can Google many interesting things like a train ride while you're here in the Smoky Mountains. When we're at Cades Cove, we take the time to enjoy the beauty surrounding us and all the different activities that are available to us while we're in the Tennessee, North Carolina area. Like driving to the top of Newfound Gap between Tennessee and North Carolina. It's beautiful at the mountaintop here at Newfound Gap, and it's beautiful to take the drive along the river road from Gatlinburg to Townsend, Tennessee. During the summertime, you can often find the locals jumping off the rocks here, even though there's a warning sign saying people have drowned. The drive along the river is always very beautiful. There are several pullouts along the drive from Gatlinburg to Townsend where you can pull over and take pictures of this beautiful river. You may not have time to stop at every pullover, but you will need to stop at this one and take a picture of the beautiful waterfall. Enjoy the many things that you can do, especially the drive from Gatlinburg to Cherokee across Newfound Gap. You will enjoy the scenery, the beauty, and the wildlife. Thank you for viewing Adventures of Charlie and Lynn.